What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. Today is Thursday, July 2nd, and we had a really short day today. The market's super dead. It's the day before the 4th of July long weekend, so not much action at all, and I'm deciding to call it early. This is probably the earliest I've ever called it. Only 45 minutes into the open, but I can already tell, I have enough experience to tell right now that there's no action today, and any sort of days like today, any sort of trades that you make, even if they're good setups, the odds of them not working out are so great that it's not even worth it, basically. And my analogy is it's like going surfing on a day where there's no waves. You're just going to be paddling and paddling for nothing, whereas if you just do something else that day, preserve your energy, preserve your mental capital, the next day when there is good waves, you're going to have to paddle half, 25% as much as you would on that flat day, and you're going to get some good rips. So today's just one of those days where I think the smart decision is to call it. This is the leading gapper, Fran. You can see pretty much just dumping on the open. Had a really great pre-market, and I did one little dip trade on it, about 15 cents profit, only $4.25 in the green, $4 day. But it's green, it's small, and I think I'm being smart right now, just preserving my energy and preserving, my account and everything and the opportunity for a better day. So I'll just do a quick little recap of what this trade was, and I also have a live video of it so that I'll play for this. So this was pre-market, once again, leading gapper. These are a few, before I go into that, these are a few other ones I was watching. JOB, one of those stocks that halts like every 5 seconds. I hate trading those, so I avoided that. I hate halts. I don't hate halts, but I hate the stocks that halt every 4 seconds. It's so frustrating. Fran, dumping. Vero, also dumping. BYFC, fake out over that initial morning high. So you can see right away, like all these ones are just like this is the theme for today, right? Initial morning high, breakout, holds it, and then just wash out. So you don't want to be putting yourself in this environment right now because it's just completely unpredictable. Any sort of setup that you'd normally trust in a market environment like this is not going to work, so it's better to just preserve your capital for another day. So as you can see, absolutely nothing is popping, and we're 40 minutes into the open, so that's kind of out of the ordinary. That's probably just because of the July long weekend. So yeah, I guess I'll just run the live video. Basically, the thesis on this trade was I had some support and resistance levels marked out pre-market. This $6 level you can see acted as support, and then I had this 670 level as resistance, and then flipped to support, and also this 742 resistance failed to flip as support, and that's where my first entry was going to be at 750. I was planning to wait for this thing to go red and then bounce off 750 and rip over the pre-market highs, but as you can see, it ripped right through that. And then the next level I measured out using a Fibonacci retracement. So here, so this was that 650 level that failed, and then the next level I saw lined up with that support at 670 there. So when you have a Fibonacci level that lines up really nicely with a level of support, then that's usually a strong buy zone. And you can see I got one little dip trade there. Debated going for the second one, but judging by the strength of this thing, it looked like it was just going to go down. And that's another thing, is you don't want to be trading counter trend ever. And you can see that this thing just made like a bear flag, and now it's continuing its downtrend. I could have, in hindsight, went for one more sort of double bottom entry there at 670, but I felt kind of had the heartbeat of the market, and I was like, yeah, this thing's sketch, so there's no point putting yourself in that kind of situation. So yeah, I'll run the live video, and yeah, just 1 second here. All right. So the audio sucks because I have a chat room open. So this is Fran pre-market, and I'll just fast forward. So I have my fib levels open, and you can see right here I have my order. I have my order set right here for 755 for a small size, 25 shares. So you can see we pop, and also I was kept zooming out to this daily level, or this daily chart, because that blue line there is the 200-day moving average, and we totally failed right at that resistance. Also, we had a daily level here at 863, so not too good. So right there on the open, getting rejected. I flip over to JOB a couple times, but I just can't trade those halt stocks. They're just brutal, and they always end badly for me. So you can see JOB right here is halted. I'm debating an entry at 173. But I know that there's major resistance there at $2, as you can see. I'll just go back 10 seconds. So watch on the daily chart when I zoom out. So right there, $2.04 resistance. And if you look currently, we actually went right up to that level, but I'll do that in a minute. So, okay, just watching that. And then once again, waiting here with my literal finger on the trigger for that 755 area. Before jumping in front of the train, I want to make sure it actually is support. So you can see that when we actually get down there. And then this is another one I was watching, Staff, also failing today to break this daily level here at 132. So you can see that we actually end up on Fran kind of cutting through that level that I was watching. Now we're already at 733, no bounce, so I immediately scratched that idea and then move my next order down to that 38.2 Fibonacci retracement and 6.7 support level. So a bit of confluence there. You can see now my order's at 685 for 25 shares, and this thing's coming down like a rock. We're already at 720, and think about that. We're already at 720, and my initial buy was at 750. So my plan to buy was at 750. So you can't do that because obviously it's not working. Continuing downwards, there goes JOB again, halted once again. Forget about that. Staff, forget about that. Everything else, not doing anything. Fran, so we're continuing down, and then once we really flush right there, I have my order there at 685. Let's see if I can't just let it play now. So draw it once again, there's that 38.2 level plus the support there at 670. Watching closely there, obviously I'm watching the level 2, watching the bid side for a flush down past 690. And the reason I'm not putting my order exactly at 670 is because usually these levels get front ran. So right there you can see I enter, so we pop up for a second and then flush down all the way there. I see 684 on the level 2, 683, there we go, submit the order for 25, got filled there at 684, pretty much bottom ticking it. See, these are my favorite types of trades right now. As you can see, my average price is 684, and that's how you know that you got a perfect entries. Immediately you're in the green, and then that makes the trade so easy to manage because you can just stop out at break even. So this whole time I just had my finger on the trigger. I have a hotkey to get out of the position, and I'm just watching the level 2 here on the bid side. For anything below 690, once it gets to about 688, I'm just going to stop out, and that will pretty much make it so that I can't take a loss hypothetically. Obviously this thing could flush and I could miss the exit, but you can see I'm just reducing the size of the triangle here. It's kind of annoying. I like the triangles while I trade, actually. It kind of gives me a reminder where I got in. But you can see right here, super easy to manage. If it gets anywhere near my entry, 684, I'll just get out. And my target here was a pop to 740, this Fibonacci level, and this bit of a bounce here. So you can see it's getting low, and then the tape kind of stalls out here, you'll see. So yeah, this is real time as well, a real time recording. So there we go, we get some green buy orders there. We're pushing up against 7, and once $7 is cracked, I know this is going to be probably a winning trade. and I have full control. Look at that entry, bottom ticked it. So really nice to be in this kind of position when you're trading. So it's just kind of stalling out here. You can see that how the tape slowed down. It's deciding, and then what gives me even more confidence in this trade is you see some big bids pop up in a couple seconds. There, we're getting green on the tape. There we go, that 54 there. And then once we get that bid support, this thing really starts to rip back over 7. And obviously my goal was 741, but this thing, Fran only has 3 million share float, so it should be bouncing way harder than this if it's going to bounce. It should be already at 740 in my opinion. And judging by, I'll rewind it, judging by how weak it is, I figured I better just take my very small profit and get out before I miss my chance. Because everyone that's long and that was averaging down this whole way is going to be wanting to get out on the first bounce possible. And you can also see this big seller there at 705. So I threw up the sell order there at 701. It's, you know, we're buttoned up against that whole number resistance, and I get filled there. So I'm out at 701, and I made 425. Probably only about $4 because of commissions. So that was the trade. Bounced up a little bit more, and then you can see it totally got rejected. So good sell. Let's just exit this out for a sec. And then when you see where we are now, we're totally made this bear flag. It did end up getting to my 750 level that I was talking about. Just not on the bounce I was in. I could have re-entered and then rooted up to 750. But, you know, what's the point? This thing really just got rejected. Really clean bear flag there, honestly. Another potential area that this thing could bounce, hypothetically speaking, is this level down here. So I'll do, once again, that fib retracement to previous day close. And you can see now we're coming up on the 50% level retracement. So it'll be interesting to see what this thing does here. But, like, look at these bounces. They're minuscule. So you probably don't want to be stepping in front of this thing as it comes toppling down. Other stocks, JOB, that halty one. These are the halts here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Had a bunch of halts. Was unable to break past this daily level here at 204. So that's until it's back over that. Even if it is, I don't really trust it. Staff, unable to break this level, daily level of 132. And also, if we go back to Fran, you can see that this 200-day moving average in blue is where it found resistance as well today, as well as this top here at 860. And failing, this is also why I wanted to buy in initially at the start of the day at 750, because there is this daily support here, but that failed too. So you can see if this thing breaks $6, actually it's at $6. This could be a nice, decent place for a bounce. Once again, though, like, look at the chart. What are the odds that this thing really goes up that much? Right, like, it's not something you really want to be stepping in front of. Obviously, there's a ton of sellers, so I'll keep an eye on it. I think if this thing breaks $6, it's probably just going to flush really hard. We'll see what it does here. It's only a 3 million share float, so it should make the decision pretty quick whether it's going to find support at 6 or not. The low there is 608 on this wick. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this. Like, this is not worth the effort. There's so much more better opportunities the next week. There's no point wasting your energy on something like that. So, scratch trade today. I guess $4 is something, but I think that what I'm mostly doing today is preventing a loss from happening by being smart before that happens. So, anyway, that's it. First week of July, short week. Markets close tomorrow, like I said. So, yeah, see you guys Monday.